You were kind of bitten by the showbiz bug very early.
Indeed, very early.
I think you even said, and I'm quoting, like any good closeted young lesbian of the 70s, I developed a raging crush on Ron Howard.
Correct. Are there gay women out here tonight? When you were a kid, before you're out, there's always I call them, Laura came up with the term, you have a gay boyfriend. It doesn't mean that he's gay, but it's the boyfriend you feel like it's a guy you could possibly be with. Now, Ronnie Howard was about the safest choice in the world. I don't think his balls had dropped at that point. And he was very apple pie and boyish, and he wasn't the kind of guy who would be aggressive or sexual with you.
Right.
And so he was very safe. And I loved him. I had a huge crush on him. I had a huge crush on that whole world of Happy Days, the 1950s, and the Together family and going to the malt shop, that whole sort of thing. Very safe, not sexual at all.
But in fact, you heard he and Anson Williams on a radio show, and they offered you some advice.
Yes.
I think Anson Williams gave you some terrible advice.
He told a 12-year-old girl to go down to the Screen Actors Guild in Chicago and get a list of agents and start writing them. And what's his name? Ronnie Howard said, stay in school and do plays, and when you graduate from college, decide if this is what you want to do. But I did go downtown, and I did go to the Screen Actors Guild.
Of course.
I did get the list of agents,
Right.
and I wrote them. And I was sitting at my dining room table, and my mom came up to me and she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm writing agents. I'm going to be an actress." And she said, "Honey, you're not going to be an actress." And from the depths of my soul, I cried, and she was shocked. She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. But what did she say? She said, not everybody gets what they want." And now she looks back on it and she goes, "I know, that was terrible." But it's true. People don't get what they want.
It's actually pretty good advice.
It's pretty good advice. Oh, she crushed my dream.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She crushed my dream. And but I did get an answer. I got Universal Studios sent me a letter. Because I wrote Universal Studios, and somehow it got to the right person. I think what happened is I had watched a television show, and it said casting by so-and-so. So I wrote this person a letter, and I got a letter back from the assistant, obviously frustrated with her assistant status. And she wrote me a letter back, and I have it in the book. I have a copy of it saying, "Dear Miss Lynch, thank you for your interest in working on our television shows. However, we require professional training for actors. All of our actors are professionals," and now I'm in television, and I know that's not true.
Yeah.
Now I know that. And instead of crushing me, it actually emboldened me because it was on Universal letterhead.
Yeah, you were really just excited about this letter.
Yeah, I was thrilled. I put it in my scrapbook, and it's terrible. It was one thing after another about why I'm not good enough. And I didn't read that in it at all. I was like, oh my gosh, they wrote me back. And I got my name wrong too. They called me Jamie, and it was like, "Jamie, I think I'll keep it."
You actually wrote that, like,
I did.
This sounds good. Maybe I'll go by Jamie.
Yeah, right. That's my new name now, Jamie Lynch.